In today's video, we're going to take a look at Cedar City on a map and see how it is laid out to give you an idea of what to expect of our town and help you decide which area of town is right for you. My name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. If you are looking to buy or sell here in Cedar City or really anywhere in Southern Utah, I would love to help you out with that. Please find that contact information down below in the description. You can call, text, or email anytime. I promise you I will respond. Now again, the purpose of this video is to give you an idea of how the town is laid out and what to expect. Now I went ahead and pulled up Google Maps so that you can see how the town is laid out and where it is located. I have Cedar City outlined in red here. I'm just going to pull out a little bit so you can see where that is in the state of Utah, and I'll try to pull up a drawing tool here so that you can really get an idea of that. So this whole area here is the state of Utah. We have Cedar City right down here in the southwest corner. It's going to be about a 2.5 hour drive from Las Vegas, about 3.5 hour drive to Salt Lake City. Now we'll discuss the general area of Cedar City as well as just north and just south of Cedar City, so the surrounding areas. You'll notice that Cedar City is outlined here in red. However, just north of Cedar City is going to be Enoch, Utah. If you come a little bit more south, you're going to see smaller towns like Canaryville and New Harmony, Utah. We won't dive so much into that. We'll keep it specific to Cedar City and a little bit of Enoch. Now I pulled it out so you can see the satellite view just so you can get a better idea of what the terrain is like. I will switch it back just because it's easier to see the area. I want to show you that right along the east of Cedar City, you're going to have Cedar Mountains. So when you are in town, if you are looking to the east, you're going to see these beautiful Cedar City mountains, and that's kind of how you can orient yourself in the town. The mountains are on the east side, so that should pretty much help you find north and south, really anywhere in Cedar City. Then you'll notice pretty much everywhere to the west of that, this is all going to be a lot more flat. And we'll come in a little bit more on this so that you can see it. But you'll notice little green farm circles. This is an indication that this land or this area is a lot more flat than, say, this right side of Cedar City or the east side of Cedar City. Now, with that being said, we'll take it back to this map so that you can kind of see the outline of Cedar City and how the highways come in and out without seeing too much. I want to highlight a few main areas, and then we'll talk about what to expect as far as housing goes in Cedar City. Cedar City is not very large, about 40,000 in population. We are considered a high desert. We're up about 6,000 feet in elevation, so we will get some snow in the winter, and then we will have mild summers. So we have a mild 4 seasons here in Cedar City, which really makes it pretty beautiful. Feel free to check out the channel if you'd like more information on Cedar City, views of the surrounding areas. For today's purposes, it's specifically to our map and what to expect in our town. Now you'll notice that Interstate 15 goes right through the center of Cedar City. We have 3 exits. We have our southernmost exit on the south end of town. We have a middle exit here that's right off of the 56. I say 56 because this highway here, 56, goes all the way through that, so that's going to be our second exit there. Then we have our most northern exit on Interstate 15. This exit's going to take you out to Enoch. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. Now on this first exit, you'll notice this road that curves around here to the right. This is Cedar City's Main Street. You're going to find most of your businesses, restaurants along Main Street. However, the 56 will also have some restaurants. This is what we call, or what we've coined, Burger Alley. You're going to have a lot of those places that you're used to, like Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's. You'll have a lot of those off of this second exit. Most everything else is going to be found along Main Street here. And of course, you'll still find other restaurants and businesses scattered about town. So now if I scoot in just a little bit more on our map, on this southernmost exit is where you're going to find your major shopping area. So you can see we've got a Walmart Supercenter, we've got Home Depot, there's a few restaurants like an Applebee's, there's a Starbucks over here, there's also a Chili's over here that's not pulling up. If you're coming in, you're looking for a place to stay while you're checking out the town, this southernmost exit is convenient because we've got the Holiday Inn Express, we've got Spring Hill Suites, we've got the La Quinta here, we've got a Courtyard Marriott, we've got Wingate. So this southern end of town is really a great location to stay if you're coming in to visit the town. see if you like it. Of course, there are other places right off the 56 here. You've got the Ramada by Wyndham. You've got America's Best Value Inn. There's an Abbey Inn over here off the 56. So most things you're going to find on that southernmost exit, but you can also find some off of the 56. Now, I know this is a very fast, quick overview. I have other videos that break down each of these areas. This is an overview to really give you the layout of the town. Now, I zoomed in just a little bit more so I can point out a few other larger features that we have in Cedar City. You'll notice here an airstrip. Cedar City does have a small airport. There are a few flights that fly in and out of here daily. We have a subsidiary of Delta Airlines. These flights only fly to and from Salt Lake City, so you will have to get a connecting flight if you are coming from anywhere other than Salt Lake City if you want to fly in. This airport is also used for SUU's aviation school. SUU is Southern Utah University. That's our local university. You can see if I zoom in a little bit more here, SUU is located on the southeast side of Cedar City, very close to our main street here. This is also the grounds where you're going to find the Southern Utah Museum of Arts. You're going to find the Shakespeare Festival. Cedar City is known as Festival City, USA. A lot of people come here from June to October to experience our Shakespeare Festival. Beautiful grounds, beautiful theaters, a lot of great productions. You'll definitely want to check that out. Now, I zoom back out a little bit so that you can see this highway to the right here. This is Utah 14. That's going to take you up the mountain to Duck Creek. This street here also connects with Center Street. So if you come the other direction, on Center Street is where that Southern Utah Museum of Arts is. It's where the Shakespeare Festival is, but you're also going to find a lot of trendy spots like IG Winery, Central Wood-Fired Pizza, Pubcraft Kitchen, and it's a short walk from our historic downtown of Cedar City that you'll definitely want to take the opportunity to walk the shops, get a feel of our small town and everything that it has to offer right off of Center Street and Main Street as they connect right here. This is also the location where our parades take place. They'll shut off Main Street, we'll line the sidewalks, and we'll watch that parade come down right here past Center Street. Now, Cedar City does have a golf course. There's only one of them. It's on the east side of town. I zoomed in a little bit here and switched it to satellite so that you can see how this golf course is laid out next to these mountains here. You can see that there's homes that line this golf course. This subdivision actually does a beautiful Christmas parade during the holidays where everyone gets involved in this center part here, and you can kind of feel the holiday spirit as you go through there. So now that we've kind of looked at some of the main highlights through Cedar City, I want to kind of talk about housing and what to expect here. I went ahead and switched it back to satellite view so you can see how some of this area is filled in. You'll notice right around here, Main Street, the college, all of this area is a lot more dense. This is where Cedar City started. You're going to get a lot more aged housing, beautiful grounds, a lot more flat down in this area. Of course, as you get closer to the hills over here along this right side, you might see some of those building into the mountain, but for the most part, this area here is a lot more flat. We also have Cedar High School down here to the south more, and then of course the college is just north of that. This area is going to give you that old town feel. You will find homes from the 1920s. Cedar City is a very custom town, so there may be one-off lots here and there where somebody has come in and built a newer custom home, but for the most part this is going to be a more aged area of housing. They are going to have more mature landscaping. A good amount of this, as you get closer to the college, you'll see a lot of student housing. You'll see a lot of rentals, but really still a very beautiful area of town. And that just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect there. Now, to the west of the I-15 on the southernmost end here, it's hard to tell in this image, but this is a hill when you come into Cedar City. We coined it Lay Hill. There are several subdivisions up in here. You're going to have a little bit pricier homes as you get here around the LDS Temple. A lot of beautiful neighborhoods and subdivisions up in this area. Again, very custom area. They won't quite be the 1920s that you may be able to find over here in the older part of Cedar City. However, homes can age back to 1980s all the way up until 2024, and even some being built into 2025, which is the year that we're in right now. Also up on this hill is our Cedar City Aquatic Center. We have a man-made lake that you can go, you can kayak, you can paddleboard, you can sit on a beach, you can picnic, you can play volleyball, you can even fish off the dock there. It's a great location location. It's connected to our Cedar City Aquatic Center, so there is an indoor pool. There is a lap pool also that you can go in and do that. And then of course you can see that there are softball fields or baseball fields to the left of this man-made lake. Now I'm going to pull it a little bit more north here. I know it's not quite as easy to see when it is in satellite view, but I want you to see this left side where it's not quite built up. This is more of our industrial area. Of course, our airport goes through here, but you're going to see a lot of mining, a lot of businesses, plumbing companies, electrical companies. This is where their offices are in more of the industrial location. Now to the east of the I-15, as we go north into Cedar City, you'll find Canyon View Middle School and Canyon View High School. We have 2 high schools in Cedar City and 2 middle schools. Canyon View High School and Canyon View Middle School are on the north end. They take up pretty much everything north of the 56 and up through Enoch. And then Cedar Middle School and Cedar High School are south of the 56 and down to Canaryville and New Harmony. Also in this area, we've got the Cedar Fun Center, so arcades, a small movie theater. But what most people are looking for is our hospital. That's going to be on the north end of town, very, very close to Canyon View Middle School and Canyon View High School. As far as the housing just south of Canyon View Middle School and a little bit west of the hospital, this is going to be a little bit more aged housing, a lot of townhomes, a lot of condos. There are some newer builds in there. We have had recent townhomes being built in there, but things are definitely a little bit more compact in this area. It is flat. You're not getting any hills here, so you're going to have views of the mountains to the east, and then you'll have views of the valley to the west. And when I say views, I say that lightly because if you have another building in front of you, you're not getting those views. Now over here east of the high school and east of Cedar Fun Center, we've got Fiddler's Canyon, Ashdown Forest. This whole canyon over here is called Fiddler's Canyon. So as you start here towards the west side, these are going to be a little bit more aged. As you get higher up into those hills, and these will be hills, then you're getting into newer homes as they develop up into this mountain. Really beautiful area because you're surrounded by that canyon. And this one, you're being built up into the mountains, so you will likely have views looking out over the valley. I'm going to pull out a little bit so we can kind of look at the west side of town. We kind of took up all of the east side. We talked a little bit about this hill here and the industrial area. So it's pretty easy to see all of this farmland. And when it comes outside of this red dotted line, the red dotted line is Cedar City. Even though you might have addresses out here in the farmland that will say Cedar City, it's technically county land. And then if I exit off that and I move us forward a little bit more, all of this to the north is going to be Enoch, Utah. This is also a little bit more flat. This is also more farmland. And actually, Cedar City and Enoch, they kind of bleed in together here. So I just threw Enoch on there so that you can kind of see. This is our northernmost exit of Cedar City. Enoch is just north of that. It doesn't take up a huge area. Enoch has a population of around 8,000 people. And you can see if you go more west, this is all considered Cedar City. Even though it may be in the county, it will have a Cedar City address. Now again, everything out here towards Enoch and then west of Enoch is going to be more flat farmland. It is more developed than this picture is showing. Some of these farms have been turned into housing. You'll see a lot of newer housing developments out here on the north end of Enoch. We've got Settlers Square, which is a nice housing development here to the east. All of these are going to be more flat. You will have some neighborhoods that don't have sidewalks, don't have gutters, very custom areas. Some will have trailer homes, some will have custom homes. Areas like Settlers Square, that's going to be a developed master plan community where you have your sidewalks, gutters, and it's a little bit more developed. But for the most part, when you come north of Cedar City into Enoch, land is going to be a little bit more flat. You'll likely be able to get more land for your dollar. Of course, that can always adjust, but for now, beginning of 2025, you can likely get more land for your dollar out towards Enoch or north of Cedar City. I'm going to bring it back down into Cedar City on the west side. Hopefully you can see this outline in red. You can see Interstate 15 going through here on the right. We've discussed a few of the areas to the west of the 15, for example, the industrial and this Lay Hill. As we come out 56 here, this is all still considered Cedar City. Again, we are getting new developments built north of the 56 on the west side of town. Actually, a lot of new developments, new custom homes. I've done one-off videos on these different subdivisions. Definitely check out the channel to find specifics on each of these areas, but just to give you an idea, this is going to be more flat. So again, views of the mountains to the east, valley to the west. Now, what I didn't point out is this road here. This is called Cross Hollow. This connects the southernmost exit in Main Street over to the 56. There are several neighborhoods out the 56. We've got new neighborhoods like Iron West going out here. There is a large apartment complex that has come out this way if you're looking for a place to rent. And then these are custom homes to the west of that in Iron West. There is a hill in this area, so you won't be able to see. And actually, let me take that off and clean that up a little bit so that you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So right here to the west of Cross Hollow is going to be some hills, so you won't be able to see from one side to the other. But behind that hill, there's a new housing development here where you can buy land, custom homes going in there. Again, there's more hills here, so if you're looking for something that's up in the hills but on the west side of town and you can get some views, some more privacy, then this section here of town would be great for you. All of this to the west of that is going to be more flat. These are custom homes, about half-acre lots, and then south of that is 4B Ranch subdivision. Again, very flat area, no sidewalks, no gutters, but about 0.8 to 1 acre lots. Down on the very south end of town here, down at South Mountain, all of these homes are actually built up into the hill. It's a very beautiful area, has beautiful views of Schertz Canyon over here, which of course this map is not going to show you, but if you get a chance to come out here, this is a beautiful view if you are built on the west side of the highway. There are some homes going in on the south, well, it would be south of the 15 now, but as you're coming into town, it will be on your right side. So there are some new developments also going in on that side. More flat in that area, but up close to Schertz Canyon. All right, I know that was a very brief overview of what the town looks like and how it is laid out, and it just kind of gives you an idea of what area of town to look at based on what your needs are. People ask me all the time, where would you live or where would you move if you could pick up and move again? And what I want and what I'm looking for, it's maybe different than what you're looking for. If you're looking for more acreage, more privacy, more land, and you want more of that rural lifestyle, then you're heading out towards Enoch or that northern part of Cedar City. If you want more views and you want to be up in the hills and you want something a little bit newer, then you're on the south end of Cedar City over in South Mountain. If you want that small town feel and you want to be close to Main Street and downtown, then you're in the more aged part of Cedar City that was developed years and years and years ago. Really gives you that small town feel. So it really depends on what you are looking for. My advice to people when they're coming in to check out Cedar City is look for the homes that you know you'll be happy with, and then we'll go tour the town together. We'll go look at all of these homes. You can get the feel of the different areas and what you're looking for, and that will help you narrow in and decide. Cedar City really isn't that large. It gives us an opportunity to be in the car together, to check out these homes, and to really help you understand the area of the town. Remember, my name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. If you are looking to buy or sell here in Cedar City or anywhere in southern Utah, please don't hesitate to reach out. I promise you I will respond. All right, until next time, have a wonderful day.